In this video, we're going to solve equations, and we're going to go from the word problem to the equation to the solution. In number 1, it says the number is divided by 2. So a number is already, that's a variable. So we're going to put x divided by 2, and then the quotient just means that whatever we get from the answer of this is added to 8. So that means we're going to do plus 8. The result is 33. The answer is 33. We're going to take this and we are going to work from the outside in. That means from this side, from the side that has the x on it, we're going to look at this side by itself and we're going to work from the outside in. We're going to come in here or here from either direction to get x by itself. You want to work from the outside in. And the most outside thing from this very first equation is the 8. The 8 is the thing that's the farthest away from the x. So we're going to subtract that 8 to cancel it out. And that's going to give us a new equation. The x divided by 2 didn't change at all, but now that plus 8 has been canceled out, and I'm also going to have to subtract 8 from the 33, and 33 minus 8 is going to be 25. With this new equation working from the outside in, there's nothing from the left, there's nothing on the left side of x, there's nothing on the right side of the x term that's on this same side of the equation, and there's only this dividing by 2. To remove the dividing by 2, you have to do the opposite of dividing by 2. The opposite of dividing by 2 is to multiply by 2. So we're going to do that on both sides. It's going to cancel out. It's going to balance out on the left side. And it's going to give us a new equation that says x equals 25 times 2, which is 50. Let's go ahead and do the second example. Number 2. 2 is subtracted from a number. 2 is subtracted from a number. That means that this 2 is being taken off of that number. X minus 2. And then the difference is divided by 3. We're going to do this subtraction step. And then from that answer, we're going to divide by 3. The answer to that is going to be 30, is what the question says. Okay? And then we're going to have to solve this. To solve this one, we're still going to work from the outside in. The farthest thing away from x. The farthest away from x is this dividing by 3. So to remove the divide by 3, we're going to multiply by 3. And we're going to multiply by 3. This is going to give us the x minus 2 stays the same. We didn't do that at all. All we changed was that dividing by 3, and then we multiplied by 3. 30 times 3 is 90. And then now we only have one more step. X minus 2 is equal to 90. So working from the outside in, we're going to need to remove this 2. To remove the minus 2, we need to add 2 to both sides. X equals 92. A number is multiplied by 2. X times 2. And that's the same thing as 2x. You normally want to put whatever's multiplying a letter, you normally want to put that number first. The coefficient goes first. And then the product, which means the answer to that multiplication is added to 9, so plus 9, and the answer to that is going to be 49. Let's look at that. We're looking at the side that has x, and from the outside, the most outer thing is this plus 9, so we're going to subtract that 9. Together they're going to cancel out. We're going to subtract 9 from this side also, and this is going to give us 2x equals 40. Then, trying to get x by itself, we want x alone. We need to remove this 2, and this 2 is doing what to x? It's multiplying. Since this 2 is multiplying, the way you remove it is by dividing by 2. 2 divided by 2 balances out to be 1, and 40 divided by 2 becomes 20. This guy's getting allowance. He went to the mall, spent half of his money. Okay, so he had an allowance, and he spent half of it. That means he lost 1/2 of A. He spent half of it on a book, and then he also bought a snack for $1.25. So that means he also subtracted 1.25. When he arrived home, he had $5 left. We're going to need to simplify this first, because we have an A and we have minus 1/2 A. And if we're taking off half of A, then those combine to be 1/2 A minus 1.25 equals 5. We're going to work from the outside in, so we're going to start with the thing farthest away from A, which is minus 1.25. We're going to add 1.25. This is going to give us 6.25 equals 1/2 of A. And now we have 1/2 of A. This is 1/2 times A. And what's the opposite of 1/2? The opposite of 1/2 is 2. $25 times 2 is a 50. 6 times 2 is a 12. So $12.50 is his allowance. $12.50 is his allowance.